Another restart here in Brazil, as the safety car will be coming in at the end of the lap. Lewis Hamilton has been in total command so far. Can he keep it all together for the remaining part of this race? We're quite likely to be going to the 2-hour maximum, but we're on lap 55 out of 71. Sergio Perez is behind Rosberg in third place. Fourth place is Carlos Sainz in the Toro Rosso, but look who's behind them. It is Sebastian Vettel, who had a spin earlier in this race. He's been going well in the Ferrari. We've got Felipe Nasr next up. Perez here is determined to give Rosberg a bit of pressure at this restart. And once again, Hamilton is taking them ever so slowly as we get ready for the full-on restart. Hamilton goes for it, and Rosberg now will go on the chase, and Perez will be looking for any chance. Remember, it's up this hill that conditions are at their most difficult. Let's watch them. Hamilton goes through that section, looking good so far. Rosberg, who had a big moment earlier on, comes through. He's in second place. And then it's the rest fighting for third and fourth. Actually, that was a good restart by Rosberg. Closed the door, closed the gap a little bit, if anything.
Yeah, he got a much better drive through the last corner. Hung back, so his strategy, which didn't look good in the first few restarts, has actually worked here. Hamilton maybe being a little bit more cautious as he found his line down through the start-finish. Everyone seems to have successfully made it through the first corner.
Such nerve-tingling stuff, this, with these guys getting back up to speed. Track conditions will have changed a little bit. Tyre temperatures will have reduced. Perez going well there in third, definitely keeping Rosberg within sight. Who had a big moment here? Anybody? Oh yes, Fernando Alonso this time, exactly where Vettel spun earlier on.
Yeah, that's to the full wets, and well, became a bit of a snowplow, didn't it, with the front wing as it dug into the grass there.
Look at this little group all together now, and Verstappen will take any opportunity, look for a chance. Yeah, there you see he looks at going down the inside, but the great thing in the wet is you can then cut back to the outside and still get better grip.
Yeah, range of different lines that can be taken.
He's on the
outside, Verstappen.
Verstappen's driven round the outside of Daniel Ricciardo to take the place. How brave was that? But Ricciardo's not giving up, a bit like Alonso earlier. Verstappen loves that wide line up the hill. Which of them's going to be? As long as they both get through the corner, that's the main thing. They do. And Verstappen has moved himself up into 10th place. Wow.
Well, how many times can we say this guy is brilliant?
Just astonishing, isn't he? And in terms of the future between those two, it's like, oh, Hulkenberg's got a chance on Nasr, sweeps round the outside at turn 3, and Nasr making just a little error in the middle of the centre S there has given Hulkenberg the chance to go 6th now. Sauber's still on for scoring points, but he's being chased by the manner of Esteban Ocon. Would you believe it? And look at this, Verstappen doesn't waste any time getting past Dani Kvyat. He's straight through there, and he's now up into 9th position.
You know, Kvyat had a tank slapper behind him as he tried to come back up the inside. He thought that Max had run wide, but that's just the line that he's comfortable taking.
Yeah, his lines, as ever, kart racers love to use the different wide lines, and it's working so well for him. So he is now, of course, going after Ocon, Esteban Ocon in the Manor, who's having a scintillating race here today. The youngster who's come into Formula One during the year, there he is in the number 31 car. Manor in the points. They've only scored points on one occasion this year. Ocon yet to score any, and Verstappen having a look at him at turn 12 at Junsao corner, but not quite ready to do it. He loves this wide line here. Then he cuts back onto the drier line. Oh,
touches a white line again.
Yeah, that's right. He loves that white line, doesn't he?
Well, they say that you, as a man, your risk profile hasn't fully cemented in your mind until you're around 25 years old. Well, he's 19, and the fact that he's had a moment there earlier, it's like he's, you know, forgotten about that. He's just going for it again. Ocon takes his wide line through 3, so nothing he can do there, but expect to have him for him to have a go down the inside into 4.
Let's have a look what's going on here. Ocon versus Verstappen. Verstappen not quite there yet. Meanwhile, Ricciardo still hasn't got past Dani Kvyat either. Can I just tell you that Hamilton is leading this race by 4.3 seconds. All going well for Hamilton up front. Rosberg is still in second place. Perez is third, looking for his 3rd podium finish of the season for Force India. And this, I tell you, will pretty much put 4th place make it definite for Force India if they get this result here today, because Williams are not likely to score any points. We've lost Massa already. Bottas is running well outside the points. So it's a big day for Force India, but it's a big day for Max Verstappen as well, as he goes on the attack again. And as he swept past, yes, he has. Verstappen gains yet another place. He's into 8th.
Yeah, Ocon has been driving fantastically well there, but he's had to give up that 8th place to Verstappen, who is unbelievable in these conditions, as Gutierrez shakes his head and walks away.
Oh, what a shame for Gutierrez. Our 6th retirement of this Brazilian Grand Prix. It's all over for the Mexican in this one, and he's got one more race with that team to go.
It almost looks like conditions are getting worse in that final sector.
So hard to see them now, David. You can't even pick them out through the gloom as Ricciardo tries to go around the outside of Kvyat. Oh, he's done it, has he? As long as he doesn't run wide on the exit. Remember, they were teammates, these two, but he's gone past, and Ricciardo is now into 10th place. Verstappen now charging past Nasser. Another place gained by the Dutchman. That's put him into 7th. What a drive we're witnessing here today. But out front, Lewis Hamilton is also demonstrating his brilliant talent by staying in front with a lead of just under 5 seconds from Nico Rosberg. So let's just see how that went.
Yeah, Nasser went defensive, just left enough space for Max to be able to do it on the brakes. And as we get into the closing stages time-wise of this Grand Prix,
the next one is Hulkenberg.
Yeah, we're running out of time, just over 12 minutes to go in race distance. Things would just be able to complete the laps in the race as Guns N' Roses slash there.
Right, back with the racing once again, and it's still very tight as Ricciardo now trying to get past Ocon. Can Ocon hang on into the points here? He's in 9th place right now. I think it's going to be very difficult to keep Ricciardo behind him. And then, of course, behind him is Alonso, still trying to recover after the spin that he had a little while ago. But he is some 4 seconds back. So here comes Ricciardo. I'm not sure he's going to make the lunge into turn. Yes, he is. He's going to go for it down into turn 1. Down the inside. Ocon sensibly not really fighting it. Remember, the Manor has very little downforce on it compared to something like a Red Bull, and he in the end just has to allow that car through, and he's going to have to hope to hang on to a points finish here. It's not going to be easy for him. Verstappen has a bit of a gap to close on Hulkenberg as he continues his progress. The last time they came past us, it was a 4-second interval between them. Ricciardo's just done the fastest first sector of anybody, and he's now lining up Felipe Nasser. So another one, looks like Nasser's going to be squeezed back down a bit further here.
Yeah, he's still doing a great job though, but it looks like Daniel Ricciardo is absolutely giving it everything. He's been slightly humbled by the performance of Max Verstappen, who just seems to revel in these conditions, maybe just prepared to take slightly more risks. But
Checo's forecast is getting better, but it's still raining in the pit lane, so we still think wet to the end.
Well, I wouldn't have thought anybody's going to make a pit stop at this stage. We're getting quite close to the end of the race. We're on lap 64. It's likely to check a flag on lap 71, but the time is still ticking away. So if we had a safety car, then it would be under 11 minutes to go until the end of this race, whatever happens. So through the gloom, we watch Nasser under pressure from Daniel Ricciardo, who goes out wide this time. He's looking for the sweep around the outside, and beautifully done. As long as he gets the second part of the corner right, which he does, and there wasn't much Nasser could do about that.
No, that was great though. He knew he wasn't going to go at the distance he was behind him, diving down the inside, but just used the momentum around the outside. And then Günther Steiner not at all happy with Gutierrez's language.
Hamilton leading by 7.5 seconds now from Nico. Big slide there from Verstappen.
Verstappen comes over the top of the hill, rally style, and he senses that there is a real chance to get Vettel and Sainz.
But he must already had a moment with Hulkenberg, has he? Because this was a moment ago. He had a go at getting past Hulkenberg, and he managed it. So that he's already passed. He's into 6th place.
Can you explain that to me? How did he do that?
He just makes it look so easy too, doesn't he? He brakes later than anybody in these conditions, somehow finds grip, and he's still going for it. Up the hill he goes. These are fresher wet tyres he's on than those around him.
Yeah, and you can definitely see from the in-car shot of Sainz's right rear tyre is in a critical stage. So how long can he hold on to Vettel And you could just very quickly imagine Verstappen's going to be in front of both these guys. Look how much later he's able to brake down into turn 1.
Look at that, he's almost there already.
Yeah, what do you reckon? Down the inside of Vettel into turn 4?
He was 2.5 seconds faster than these guys on that last lap. He's just going to drive past Sebastian Vettel at this rate. He goes to the outside. And I think Verstappen's not going to take no for an answer. Vettel is not giving up, though. Oh, remember these two. Got a little bit of history from last time out in Mexico. And Sebastian Vettel is determined not to let him through just yet. But you watch out, because Verstappen loves the different lines to use.
Vettel's right rear as well. You can see there's delamination on that tyre. And that was robust from Vettel. Absolutely fair. But that was definitely right. Okay, if I'm not going to get 4th place, you're not getting it either.
So what's Verstappen going to try here? Let's just watch. He's got a good exit using the slightly fresher tyres that he's got.
He's either getting past or he's going off.
Yeah. Are these two going to make it to the end? That's the question mark. They argued about who was going to be 3rd in Mexico. He loves this wide line. Vettel's aware of that, but he's now got an inside line into Junsao. They are side by side, almost touching, and over the curve and over the grass goes Vettel, and Verstappen is through. Verstappen takes the place. He's into 5th.
That was more about, not about that corner, not about that place. That was about some of the history they've got together. Verstappen put Vettel in a position, and actually Vettel put himself in a position where it was impossible once you're on the outside, and Verstappen was able to just open the steering and push him wide. That was always going to happen once he got the car down the inside. So definitely advantage Verstappen in that particular battle, and here he comes at Sainz as well. Will he do it from a long way back under braking into 4th?
Let's have a look. He is a long way back, but he's got so much ability and confidence on the brakes on those tyres, and he's through very, very easily, and that puts Verstappen into 4th. What a drive we are witnessing here. But let me tell you that up front, Lewis Hamilton is still doing everything he needs to.
Can he get to Perez? That's the question. But at this point here, then Vettel should have given it up. You're on the outside.
Go on. He pushed me off the track.
Yeah,
sure. A little bit ahead with my nose, and he just pushed me off the track.
But presumably, David, any driver would have done the same thing there, not just Max Verstappen.
He had clear sight. He was on the inside.
Yeah.
No, not from that camera angle, but you know what I mean. You saw the other one.
We're nearly at the end of the race. We're on lap 69 out of 71 with under 3 minutes to go as well. So let's just see what happens here. Hamilton on target for race victory and for 25 points. But Nico Rosberg doing enough to hold 2nd place. This is the race for the final podium slot. And remember how many arguments we had about who was on the podium in Mexico last time out. Verstappen, here we go then. He's going to try and use the wide line. Oh, he just drives round. He's on the curve. And even on the curve, he finds grip. Now Perez is trying to stay with him. He doesn't want to lose that 3rd place, but now Verstappen's into Junsao, and surely he's done it. And look at the response in the Red Bull garage, and I can tell you the fans in front of us in the grandstand have just gone crazy. Verstappen's just picked himself up a huge following here in Brazil.
Well, full credit as well. He could have drove Perez wide as they dropped down through turn 12, but he gave him space. So as we approach the braking into turn 10 here on the outside, gets it on the curb, spins up the rear tyres, and at this point here we've got you know, he gives the other car space, and Perez will appreciate that. But we're beautiful overtake.
Well, his tyres are fresher, it gives him a bit more grip, but there's no denying the bravery, the commitment shown by Verstappen. Now, Vettel, has he made the move on Sainz down into turn 1? It looks as though he has. Yes, he has taken that place. Vettel moves into 5th as we watch Lewis Hamilton, because he's now just got the last couple of corners to go at the venue where he won his 1st ever World Championship, but a venue which has denied him a victory for so many years. What a crucial time that he's going to take a win here. Lewis Hamilton comes through to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. He's done it. He's taken maximum points here today, and he keeps the championship alive into Abu Dhabi. Can he still win his 4th title? Well, he's pushing for it. Nico Rosberg finishes in 2nd place. Another 2nd place will make him world champion in Abu Dhabi. He held his nerve when many others went wrong today. And Max Verstappen, what a brilliant drive to 3rd place. One of the most fantastic drives I've witnessed, and he is a fully deserving podium finisher here today. Perez finishes 4th, Vettel finishes 5th, Sainz is 6th.
you.
Absolutely terrific drive, Lewis. Really brilliant.
Astonishing performance from Lewis Hamilton here today. The race result here in Brazil, seeing Lewis Hamilton take victory by